Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Forbidden Land podcast. This is episode 102. I hope my internet doesn't go out during this. We have an issue in our house where if you flip a certain switch to turn on the outside garage lights, it will trip the breaker. And connected to that part of the circuit is my router. And so I need my visual aid. And if the internet stops working, I will lose my visual aid. And I will lose this. And I will lose that. So I have a bunch of stuff to talk about. I'll talk about the most important stuff first. California is on fire right now. Specifically LA. They're calling it currently the most destructive fire in LA history. Here's a this isn't a before and after, but here's basically a photo of LA at the moment. And yeah, yeah, it's pretty horrible looking. Pretty sure there's a massive evacuation order right now. Yeah, they're just showing homes on fire. I mean, look at those houses. Now, look. I've already seen a few people be like, don't politicize this, don't politicize this. How can I not politicize it?
It wins, even though...
How can I not politicize it when... I feel like I should pull up the post. I can't keep quoting it. I can't stop criticizing it when this is easily a preventable thing. The solutions are there. It's the fact that it's not profitable to enact these solutions. No, TikTok is going to shut down on January 19th. Oh my God. No. Oh my God. Oh, come on. Government's so cooked. Anyways. Let me read this post because I think this summed it up pretty nicely. The post says, "Hey, I'm the mayor of town that always catches on fire, and I decided to defund the fire department because cops really need that money for a tank to use on homeless people. It would suck if a fire broke out, but luckily that never happens here in town that always catches on fire." There are like 3 or 4 different major fires right now. The Palisades one is not the only one. There's apparently others. And I'm giggling because of the absurdity of all of it. I mean, here, look at this. Here, look at how bad it is there. Look at this clip of Anderson Cooper out in the field for some reason, because I guess they decided that they need to send him there to really prove the point. Yeah, look at this.
Beyond the winds have died down. The wind is just taking these embers from the tree. They're all over the block,
and
they were moving to other houses.
Look at all that.
And you see new fires being created from these embers. This house is gone. I mean, just look. All these houses are gone here. There's a fire crew here. I was talking to the captain earlier. They ran out of water here on this street about 30 minutes ago. They went. They hooked up the hydrants. They turned them on. The water ran out. So now they're just moving on to another area. What they did when they don't have water is they try to create defensive perimeters around houses that they think they can save. And those houses are houses that don't have a lot of bushes, hedges, plantings in front of them or around them. Or if it does, they try to rip. They've spent like the last hour just trying to clear debris from houses to try to maybe save it. But it's a matter of luck or misfortune where these embers land, where the flames hop. This area over here, I want to show you. I mean, this house is completely gone. We've watched this entire house burn down. The house next door, the car that you see over here, we watched that. The flames jumped from the house onto the car. There was a small explosion as the gas canister blew. But look, Brianna.
I did see the clip of the car exploding, actually. Let me pull up the clip. It's part of one of those like big news compilation clips because they end up on the YouTube homepage if they make shit like that. But I actually do have a clip of the car exploding. Let me get it. Yeah, see, there's like some stupid fucking music on it.
There's a lot of trees on this block. There's a lot of bushes. There's a lot of bombs. Whoa. Okay. So there's a lot of explosions. Also, obviously, a burning car.
So yeah, why does CNN have to send him there? That seems so dangerous. I feel like, I don't know, because it hasn't happened yet, but I feel like that's the easiest way to get like lifelong disease from your job. As like a cameraman and stuff, like Anderson Cooper is good. He makes enough money to be like fine. But like you're just like a normal little cameraman and now what? Now you're stuck with shitty lungs for the rest of your life? I don't get why they have to send people there like that. So yeah, California's on fire right now. I don't know. I feel like this was something that could have been prevented. I always say this. Why we have to funnel all this money to the LAPD and not to like a fire department? I don't know. Someone at work said, why don't we, the ocean's right there. Why don't we just spray everything with the ocean water? Because that would be like seasoning everything with a shitload of salt. So, if you're wondering why they don't just use the ocean, it's because it would literally salt the earth. And nothing would grow there ever again. Or at least not for a while. So some other big news that came out. So this is the first episode, I believe, that I'm recording. No. Yes, this is the first episode I've recorded this year. I recorded the last episode in 2024 to come out in 2025. This is the first one I've recorded this year. So I have all the info from New Year's and all the info from this week. There was two terrorist attacks, one in New Orleans, which I only heard about because it delayed a football game and everybody was talking about it. And I was like, what's that about? And I looked into it. A guy ran over people in New Orleans. It looks like, I mean, a lot of people died, it seems. An 18-year-old Palestinian American man died. An 18-year-old woman from Mississippi. A 63-year-old man. A British person, two Israelis were wounded. 2 Mexicans were injured. Yeah. Pretty horrific. But the details around him. Also, Trump blamed Biden for this, which, like, now another terrorist attack happens under his watch. You can blame him for it. But the weird connection is that, actually, I'll get to that. Let me talk about the next terrorist attack, the Las Vegas one. This is less of an attack and more of like, what the fuck? Sorry. This guy blew himself up in a Cybertruck. 1 dead, 7 injured. The 1 dead is the guy who was driving the truck. Look at this video. He's parked outside of Trump Tower in Las Vegas, by the way. It's just sitting there. It's just sitting. I mean, when I saw this video, I started laughing because I didn't know the context. I just saw the video on my feed. I was like, holy shit, man. This explosion is like cartoonish. my god. It's the way that it like shakes the camera. Like it just shakes the camera and just shit goes everywhere. I mean, look, it explodes like a cartoon. Is there not like a playback speed thing? No. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, there is. Okay. Look at this. I mean, it literally explodes like a cartoon. And I guess there were like fireworks in there too, which is why it looks like that. I mean, my God. So the guy who did that explosion, according to the CNN article, the guy's name is Matthew Allen Leifesberger. He's 37 from Colorado. It was not intended to be a terrorist attack, but rather a wake-up call, saying, quote, Americans only pay attention to spectacles and violence, end quote, and, quote, fireworks and explosives, end quote. I guess he was writing letters. He wanted there to be, he called for action to remove Democrats from both the federal government and the military. The letter also included the possibility of occupying roads and federal buildings, not ruling out the use of force. The first letter was over 400 words. The second letter was over 125. Don't care. Oh, they were on his phone, as well as a journal of activity or surveillance log. For some reason, his family's like going insane mode and saying he knew how to build a bomb. This was a weak bomb. If you know him, he's special forces, blah, blah, blah. Green Beret. He knew how to build a good, working, efficient bomb. Like, what the fuck? Why are you saying that about your son? They identified him through like ID cards and tattoos, because he was too badly burned. Apparently, he had shot himself right before the truck exploded. He's an active duty U.S. Army Green Beret. But he was on leave from his base in Germany. So, here's the weird connection. This guy... Shut up, CNN. This guy apparently... The Las Vegas explosion bore... I'm reading from an article now. From the CNN article. The explosion bore striking similarities to the attack in New Orleans earlier the same morning, when a driver from a U.S. military background plowed a rented pickup truck into a crowd celebrating New Year's on Bourbon Street. Both of the people in these attacks used the company called Turo to rent their vehicles. Both of the subjects served at Fort Bragg in North Carolina. It's now known as Fort Liberty. Oh, okay. I guess what we do know is that, the Las Vegas Police Department said, what we do know is that it's a very large military base, and we have no record that they served in the same unit or even at the same years at Fort Bragg. Both men served in Afghanistan in 2009. Though they more than likely didn't serve in the same unit or province. Law enforcement assessed there's no connection between the incidents. I don't know. That's a really weird, freaky coincidence, is it not? Is it not a really strange coincidence that both attackers served in the same, served on the same base. I don't know, maybe it's more common than I think. But it's really weird, the connection there. Both Afghanistan veterans, both served on the same base. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, the New Orleans attack was definitely like a horrible terrorist attack. Apparently the guy that did the New Orleans attack, by the way, claims to be a member of ISIS. ISIS doesn't even really exist anymore, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Yeah, that's really weird considering ISIS has not really been a thing for a long time. Not something that would reach this far. So I'm not really sure why he had an ISIS flag on him. But yeah, really weird connection with these two attacks. All right, let's talk about a couple more American things and then some Canadian shit. Biden awarded people with the Medal of Freedom. This is crazy. So when Obama was leaving office, he gave the Medal of Freedom to Joe Biden. That was like a big deal. He also gave it to some celebrities over time. I think he gave one to Ellen. Ooh. I don't remember. But he gave the Medal of Freedom to the to the U2 singer Bono. He gave one to Ralph Lauren, Bill Nye the Science Guy, Denzel Washington, Magic Johnson, and the Vogue editor-in-chief in a winter. Why? He also gave one to Mitt Romney's dad posthumously. He gave one to George Soros, which is interesting. I don't know why he decided to give one to George Soros now, but sure. He gave a lot of them to dead people. A civil rights activist got one. A former Secretary of Defense got one. A former Attorney General got one. It was RFK. He gave one to RFK, JFK's brother, who was the Attorney General and a senator. Yeah, Mitt Romney's dad, and then he also gave one to... Oh, yeah, gave one to Michael J. Fox. But the most controversial and notable one I've seen, because who cares about George Soros? Like, only crazy anti-Semitic people care about the George Soros thing. Because they think, like, you know, oh, George Soros is funding all the... Like, they see the word Jew, and they go, that's the guy funding everything. The most controversial one was that he gave one to Hillary Clinton. Now, why would he give a Medal of Freedom to the woman that doomed the Democratic Party? Think about it. Think about where we would be without Hillary Clinton. Bernie Sanders wins the primary. Call this copium all you want. Bernie Sanders wins the primary in 2016. Goes on to win the presidency because he was polling well enough to pretty much beat Donald Trump in the polls, or in the election. Beats Trump in the election, becomes President Bernie Sanders, wins a second term. You know, the economy's doing great. Bernie's leaving office. Another socialist Democrat gets elected to take his place. Think about where we would be right now if we had Bernie. All these stupid fucking liberals and Democrats who go, you know, think about where we would be right now, Madam Hillary Clinton at the end of her second term. Shut the fuck up. We'd be in the exact same spot that we're in now. Dude, the Democrats haven't done anything in the last few years. Anything. They haven't done anything worthwhile. The country feels the same way it did when Obama left office, if not worse. Everything's more expensive now. Why is my meal at Chick-fil-A a whole $1 more? Or $2 more, depending on where I am. Why is that? Why is a box of cereal $7? Why? Yeah, think of where we would be right now if we had President Bernie Sanders. Why Hillary Clinton deserves the Medal of Freedom, I don't know. She single-handedly tanked the Democratic Party. Why do the Democrats keep picking candidates that are just like her? They're like, let's pick a moderate, liberal Democrat. Run them. Historically unpopular. Obama winning the way that he did was because he ran on a progressive platform. Won re-election because people were somewhat satisfied-ish with his first term. Clinton loses because, one, people can't shut the hell up about her goddamn emails. And the October surprise of Comey reopening the investigation. People can't shut up about her because Fox News has been running the Benghazi story every year on 9/11 instead of talking about actual 9/11. You know, people are already caught up in all that. On top of that, you have her barely talk about policy. What policy positions did Clinton ever bring forward during that campaign? All Clinton ever brought up was like, we're going to shatter the glass ceiling. Pokemon, go to the polls. We want... I don't remember any policy positions other than just continuing what Obama was doing. Other than her saying we're going to keep Obamacare. Shocker. Didn't see that one coming. Her going, we're going to tax the rich. Really? What? Who could have seen that coming? Her saying all these things that the Obama administration was currently doing. Say something new, man. Say something new. So I don't know why she got the Medal of Freedom. I think she completely killed the Democratic Party. And the Democrats have been dragging its dead corpse, this whole time. Oh my God. I need to look at this post. I need to look at it. Bring me this post. I need it. I need you guys to see this post. Here's what the Democrats have been up to. Chuck Schumer says he will work with Trump on renaming the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America if Trump will work with Democrats on lowering costs. Why are the Democrats so allergic to killing a Republican administration? The Republicans have been strangling the Democratic Party to death for years now. The Republican Party has literally been murdering and beating the dead body of the Democratic Party for like over a decade. Look at how Mitch McConnell pulled some shit out of his ass with the whole we're not going to confirm your Supreme Court pick because you're a lame duck president. Where does it say constitutionally that that's allowed? Where does it say that? That makes no sense. Look at how Mitch McConnell held up the Senate for so long. Why do the Democrats never just play dirty? Why do they never do that? Push the legal system to its limit, man. Do whatever you want. What's going to happen to you? We've already seen there's virtually no such thing as consequences for government officials. Go all out. What are you going to lose? Yeah, they're passing the Laken Riley Act with like soaring colors in the House and the Senate. Our boy John Ossoff. What are you doing? Why? My senator passing this racist bill. This bill that basically says you can accuse any person of color of committing a crime, pretty much. My senator. In a bill that has been taking this murder victim's name and dragging it for political points. Using her name for political points within the Republican Party. Ugh. It's so gross. He's up for re-election, by the way. In 2 years. He's done. What's he doing? It's also hot, by the way. Sorry. Oh, it pisses me off. Okay, but he's hot, though. Ugh. She's now saying she's inclined to support the bill. On track to pass with a supermajority. When the hell has that happened in recent memory in the Senate? John Fetterman's Zionist ass going, I'm going to go visit Mar-a-Lago. Why? Just become a Republican at this point. Ugh, what a clown ass. Dude, it feels like... No, I'm not going to say that. That's too far. Ugh. I don't know. It feels like something in his brain happened and now he's just a Republican. I don't know. I think he was grifting the entire time. He was like, I'm going to be a progressive, good for the state of Pennsylvania. Oh, and I got lucky because this quack reality TV doctor is running against me that no one likes. So I basically was handed the election. Okay, well, now that I'm in office, let's send Israel $7 trillion, and also, I might not even want to be a Democrat anymore. What the hell? Democratic Governor Jared Polis says he'd welcome Greenland as our 53rd state. What's the 51st and 52nd? Canada and like... what? Canada and... I don't even know what this 52nd would be. Yeah, the Democrats piss me off. I didn't think a conversation about the Medal of Freedom would send me down this rant about Democrats, but here we are. Hope you're enjoying the episode. If you want to support us, you can go over to patreon.com/forbiddenlandpod. You can subscribe for $10 a month to get bonus content. Or you can subscribe for $1 or $3 a month if you just want to support us. There's also higher tiers if you want to support us even more, even harder. But you don't have to. So head on over to patreon.com/forbiddenlandpod. And for $10 a month, you can get the bonus episodes and even bonus content like the outtakes for this little segment. So thanks for supporting us and thanks for listening. So we talked about that Jimmy Carter died. And today actually is his memorial service where you see all the former presidents show up and sit there and listen to people speak. But apparently, it's weird that Trump showed up to this funeral. Trump said he doesn't want the flags at half-mast. Now, when a former president dies, the flags are at half-mast, I believe, for 30 days. He doesn't want the flags at half-mast for his inauguration. Now, look, I'm not like one of those liberals that... he said nobody wants to see it. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, the sanctity of blah, 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 blah. Like, come on. If you're surprised by what Trump says at this point, you're an idiot. But, like, it's insane. It's insane that
he actually has an issue. It's just so petty and insane that he has an issue with the flags at half-mast. Why do I have that in here? Stop. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's strange that he said something like that. I wrote on here, I hope we have a president with the balls to not lower the flag for Trump when he dies in 2243. I keep seeing people make these jokes that Trump's going to transfer his body. Of like Trump's going to transfer his body into this like younger body, and then he'll be serving like his 5th or 6th term. It's so stupid. Yeah, when he dies in 2473, then you know, I hope somebody doesn't lower the flag for him. Oh my god, I'm just trying to look at a flight map right now. Because a plane is going over. Or a helicopter is. And this shit's bugging. Trying to serve me ads. Why is this helicopter coming all the way from there? What the hell you guys got going on here? Weird. So yeah. That's the deal with that. I don't know, I write a lot of stories down in here and there's not much to them. I feel like I don't trash on Trump enough. I've realized it's because I don't have enough content on him that's like interesting. Like, we all know what a pile of garbage Donald Trump is. And so it's like old news now. But like, the Democrats don't get criticized that much for legitimate, real reasons. When you hear the Republicans being like, DEI this, DEI that. Shut up. That's so stupid. I heard Laura Ingraham last night say on Fox News, this member of the Biden administration, a DEI hire, by the way, and it was just some like random woman of color. What? What makes that person a DEI hire? Dude, if calling people DEI hires was a thing a few years ago, I mean, people already were pretty disgusting about this, but people would have called Ketanji Brown Jackson a DEI hire, despite her being more qualified than any other Supreme Court justice on the court. I don't know. I just find it insane. I don't know. Talking about Trump is so exhausting because I did it for 8 years, or for 4 years, and then a little bit in the following 4 years. You know, I talk about the Democrats so much, pretty much because they don't get criticized enough for real reasons. They get criticized for like, you know, the libs, they're trying to take your guns. The Democrats don't do anything about affordable health care, don't do anything about the housing prices or the housing market. Their solution to homeless people is to then just make homelessness illegal and do anti-homelessness architecture and to just boot them off the street by forcing them out, by busing them. Their solution to healthcare cost is, well, Biden's solution is to actually do something about it, surprisingly enough. The rest of the Democrats are like, this is too far. This is authoritarian communism to tell insulin manufacturers not to make the cost of insulin $300 a shot. You know, that's how the Democrats operate. But I wanna start talking about Trump more. I want to start criticizing him more because he will be the president. That is why I will probably have more to say about Donald Trump when he is actually the president. I had a lot to say about him in my personal life when he was the president. I would talk about like how he literally said we had airports during the Revolutionary War. Funny little gaffe, you know. It's stupid. I mean, it's not like a sign of his mental decline. He just says shit. And it's how he's always been. The fact that he's been the same way now that he was 5 years ago shows that he's just as stupid and just as goofy. But he's also dangerous. You can't be dumb and incredibly dangerous at the same time in the way that he is dangerous. He's dangerous because there's too much that he's doing that will lead us down a bad path. The Project 2025 stuff, he wouldn't be letting that happen. If he was just straight up stupid, he would just be doing shit. I don't think he'd be hiring Project 2025 authors into his administration. He knows what he's doing. All of this is for him to be able to gain wealth, avoid going to jail, like all of this. If we weren't charging him with all this stuff, he probably wouldn't have ran for president. He just wants to pardon himself federally. He tried to get the sentencing in New York pushed back indefinitely, and I think the judge was like, no. What? Anybody else is convicted of these crimes, they get sent to jail. Like, he was like, I've delayed it this long. It's gonna happen. Speaking of Donald Trump, here we go. Justin Trudeau resigned as Prime Minister of Canada. This is something that I've seen coming for a long time. Justin Trudeau has had many calls for his resignation. On the Conservative end, they have tried to take a vote of no confidence to get him out of office, because I believe that automatically triggers a new election. But, liberals were pushing for him to resign. That way a new election could be delayed until towards the end of this year. Because there isn't a new election until October. And if he resigns, then the Liberal Party simply, when Parliament is back in session, they simply pick a new party leader and a new prime minister. But I hate how my hair clumps up like this. Curly hair, folks. Doth thou relate? Yeah, the Liberal Party wanted him to resign so they could pick a new prime minister. The Conservatives wanted to take a vote of no confidence because they wanted to call for a new election. Let me look at this. So there are many parties in Canada. There is the Liberal Party, the Conservative Party. The Liberal Party's in power, but they are still technically a minority in the Parliament. The Conservative Party is their direct opposition. There's the New Democratic Party, which I believe are the Socialists. There's the Québécois, which is Quebec's political party, but nobody cares about that. And then the Green Party. But yeah, those are the parties in Canada. The New Democratic Party is failing to grasp power right now, mostly because they've been kind of sucking up to the Liberals this whole time. The Conservatives will more than likely win this election in October. This simply delays the inevitable. But like the leader of the Conservative Party, that one asshole you've seen so many times, talk about the cost of housing in Canada. I mean, what about a fair wage for Canadians and affordable homes, which under a conservative regime would not happen the way that people think it would. And you would more than likely also lose your health care in Canada because they would want to privatize it like they are in every country with free health care because they're greedy. This guy's one of the MPs from Alberta. And yeah, Alberta is like the America of Canada. I mean, Canada would just become like the Liberal Democrat. Like they would just be controlled by what would be considered in America like a moderate Democrat if the Conservatives won a majority in the Parliament. But speaking of Trump, he keeps calling Canada the 51st state. A few weeks ago, he called Trudeau the governor of Canada. He keeps saying he wants to annex Canada, which is really strange. I've seen people say this is his Austria, basically calling Trump Hitler, and Mexico would be his Poland. I think it's really weird that Trump wants Canada. I don't think, if Canada became the 51st state, I don't think Republicans realize that the Senate would flip blue, the House would flip blue, the presidency would almost indefinitely be blue. Must I go on? I mean, good Lord, we would have like a socialist revolution in this country if Canada became the 51st, or if Canada became integrated into the US, even if it was the 51st state. I mean, one, we would have to, congressionally speaking, add new representatives. There's no way you could fairly represent everybody in the House if you reallocated representatives from other states to Canada. We would have to up the representative count. There's no way. But like, it wouldn't just be the 51st state. If it was, it would still be devastating, but it wouldn't be. We would add every province pretty much as a separate state. And so like Alberta might swing Republican on like a thin line. It would probably be a swing state. A lot of the Canadian provinces would probably swing blue. This would not be good for Republicans, like at all. So I don't know why they want Canada so bad. He also keeps talking about annexing Greenland, which is just northeast of Canada. It's a Danish territory pretty much. It belongs to Denmark. So he's saying that he would want to essentially invade Denmark in a way to take Greenland. Greenland has like a population of what, like 50,000? How many people live in Greenland? 56,000. It's a territory of the Kingdom of Denmark. Why does he want that? Does he, what, the Kremlin are keeping an eye on this? Bro, what, does he want it because of its close proximity to Russia? Oh my God. Trump says it would be strategically nice to buy Greenland. Oh. Interesting. I wonder if it's like either because of Russia or if because he wants to surround Canada or if he just wants a big piece of land. I've heard other people say it's for natural resources. That makes sense, I guess. But like, why? Why would you want that? I don't know. I don't get it. You ever wondered why, if you're flying to like Sweden, why doesn't the plane just go up? So stupid. Sorry. I shouldn't even say stupid shit like that. Trump Jr. went to Greenland. I don't know why. Take a little tour. I mean, it's pretty there. Don't get me wrong. I just don't get the point of Trump wanting it. He also is now saying he wants to take back the Panama Canal right around the time that Jimmy Carter dies and his funeral is being held. Jimmy Carter infamously gave the Panama Canal back to Panama, which, imperialism speaking, is a good thing. It's not ours, technically. I mean, we made it, but like, it's in Panama. Give it to the country. Give it to Panama. Who cares? You know, set up a deal where they like make us fee exempt or something. I don't know. Let them have the Panama Canal. And he wants to take that back. Seriously, I don't get it. 50-year gripe? Thank you very much. Like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? I don't know. Think about what would happen if Trump annexed Canada. I mean, it would never happen. But like, what? I don't know. It's so strange. We're about to enter such a weird era of American politics that I don't know how to react. But yeah. What should I title this episode? Should I title it? I gave it a temporary title. Should I title it something like the United States of Canada or something like that? I think I'm gonna do that. I was gonna name it Snowpocalypse, but it hasn't snowed. I did say if it snowed, I would do an outside episode, but it hasn't. It's gonna snow tomorrow, apparently. I don't think it will like snow that bad. Apparently, it is going to snow. Not as bad as I thought it was going to, but it will snow, and I don't think it's gonna be that bad. The highest number I've seen so far realistically is 4 inches. The most accurate number I've seen is more than likely an inch or two. So I don't think it matters. But yeah. So let me talk about this real quick. Joe Biden banned oil drilling in the ocean within the last 2 weeks of his presidency. You did it, Joe. Good job. I just wanted to mention that he keeps hitting bangers in the last couple weeks of his presidency, and I'm like, for what? Your going away party? Like, just do what every other president does and just stop working. Just stop doing your job. Like, what are we doing? All right. Let me talk about one last thing, and it's a fun thing. I already know what next week's episode I'm going to talk about first, by the way, so I'm saving that for next week. But because I want to title the episode after it. I want to show this video. I have to open it at a different thing, but I really want to show this video. I want to show this video. Can you guys look at this video for me? Look at this video. Look at this video. I want you to tell me what looks strange about it. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's any giveaways on here. I don't think there is. I want you to look at this video and tell me, what do you think? Also, GSP? Damn. Georgia State Patrol. So what do you think about this traffic stop? Is it interesting looking? Now here's the thing. I watched this video and I went, that's interesting. How'd they get that thing in their back window? They did not. This video, it's not AI, I don't think, but it's animated for sure, because this car is not real. This is not a cop, because these lights are just like transparent blue flashes overlaid over the screen. And the text is just simply text. This is some random guy's dash cam. This is a fake Toyota. It says shooter behind you, gives the middle finger. Watch it how it drives off. It's not real. And I didn't find this out till I checked the comments. Oh my gosh, none of these people know. None of these latest comments know. The older comments are like, this is animated. This is the worst CGI I've ever seen. This looks like AI. It's CGI. You can see like the grain. Look, the car is like kind of bouncing. It might actually be AI. The grain on the ground when it drives off, right there. That looked so fake. Look at when it gets up here. It just looks so fake. It's like not interacting with any light around it or anything. And look at the blue flashes. That's not how police lights look. That's just like blue transparent overlays. Like, what the hell? So yeah, this video weirded me out. I don't know the origin of it. I don't know where it came. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Driver Toyota Camry runs from cop. Like, I don't even know how to find this. Shooter behind you video. Animated. Yeah, I don't know how to find this video. I don't know where this person got this from. It's so strange. But I wanted to know what you guys thought of it, because it like weirded me out. It weirded me out enough to put it in the doc. Which is like not something I do very often. I just wanted people to see it. So here, I'll talk about some music I've been listening to lately, and then I will sign out. Also, goddamn, Spotify, fix the art generation on here. The daily mix art looks like dog ass, dog wiener, and dick and balls. The music I've been listening to lately, I've been re-listening to Blank Tapes by From Indian Lakes. I don't know how to pronounce this song title, and I don't want to butcher it. I don't even know how I'd pronounce this, but I'll show the song on screen. Like, I'll show the title of it. It's a JPEG Mafia song. It came out on his Offline album a few years ago. It's the song. Honestly, this album really slapped. I liked this album. Okay, I figured it referred to the basketball player. I just don't know how to say his name. He's a Congolese basketball player, and I don't want to butcher a Congolese name. But I've been enjoying that song again. Purple Heart by Auditary and Don Toliver. That one's pretty good. I was recently put onto that. And I've been re-listening to Gone / Thank You by Tyler, the Creator. And I have to say, I absolutely despise TikTok for only this reason. The fact that they have like ruined that song. I don't get the obsession with slowing down the song during edits and playing like this really somber version of it. This song is so good. It's so good. You don't have to change it for the edit. But that's some of the music I've been listening to lately. Like I have oh, it hadn't even updated. Wow. It just refreshed it. My playlist, like I have like Heart in the Pipes by Tony Castles and Kauf. That one I found on GTA 5 about a year ago, and I've re-added it to this because I've been on a kick of listening to it again. Fever Dream by Sunbrella. That was another one I found in like summer 2022, and I went back and pulled that one into this playlist. A Bad Dream by Keen, a classic. Electric Indigo by the Paper Kites. I'm not sure where I got that from. It Soothes Me by Beach Vacation. That was on in a coffee shop, and I liked that. This one's not in my seasonal playlist, but Tears Don't Fall by Cascade and Anissa is like a house, like club beat type of song. And it was playing in the gym, and it wasn't that bad. Not a bad song to listen to. And so I occasionally listen to it when I'm on the treadmill. Some other personal stuff. I've been going to the gym more. I stopped going as much because I got a really physical job. But I've been going back pretty regularly. I didn't go today because I usually go with my girlfriend, and she is doing a girls' night right now, and I didn't want to go without her. She went while I was at work, so I didn't want to go without her being there. Tomorrow's leg day, and so I'm excited because I like leg day. I don't have any fun facts this week. Or do I? Fun fact. Snowpocalypse 2014 is an event that happened in Georgia. Now, when did this happen? January 28th? I was but a mere boy. I stayed home from school. I played Minecraft for the entire day that this was occurring. This was 11 years ago now, which is insane to me that this was that long ago. But yeah, Snowpocalypse, I remember it. I was indeed a child. And it's going to take me so long. What am I doing? Sort it by old. Did I upload any videos during this time? I did. I think I recorded like a bunch of them because it was snowing outside. But yeah, it was snowing and I was playing Minecraft, making YouTube videos. It is the 11th anniversary almost of Snowpocalypse. People have been making jokes like, oh, it'll be Snowpocalypse again. It's only Snowpocalypse again this year because y'all are making it that. It's gonna... Dude, I don't even know what to say. The amount of people that bought like ice salt and stuff today and bulk bought groceries and all this stuff. Guys, it's like 1 to 2 inches of snow. And then followed by like some rain that'll make it kind of slick. And then guess what? The sun comes up, melts most of it away. The next day, the temperature is going to be like 45 degrees, possibly even going up to 50. Chill out. It's not a big deal. Yeah, call off work. Cool. It's not a big deal. The amount of people that are like losing it right now. I don't get it. Yeah, there's like people buying like all of the stuff in the produce section of all the grocery stores, buying up toilet paper. Guys, come on. One day, just one day of snow, and then it's all back to normal the next day, pretty much. Just one day. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. This happened during COVID. People thought, oh my God, how are we going to get toilet paper from overseas? And then they started bulk buying the toilet paper, causing an artificial shortage, not realizing that we make all of our toilet paper in the United States and that grocery stores aren't prepared for every single customer that comes to the door to buy 10 packs of toilet paper at the same time. And because of those people, we now have grocery limits on our groceries. So thank you for that. Which, by the way, you can just leave the store and walk back in, I'm pretty sure, and just use a different payment method. Like, buy a bunch of shit, use your debit card, come back in, get a bunch of shit, pay with your credit card, come back in, get a bunch of shit, pay with cash. You get the point. But yeah, I don't think it'll snow that bad. If it snows like enough to where I'm happy with it, like I can make a snowball, we're doing the outside episode. I don't know about next week, because I have something special planned for next week. Not something special. I don't want to hype it up. I have like a fun little thing I want to watch next week and talk about. But maybe episode 104 we'll do the outside one. But yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You can find this podcast on any podcast streaming platform pretty much. You can also support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/ForbiddenLandPod. You can subscribe for $10 a month for bonus episodes. And you get a custom RSS feed for Spotify, which will include these episodes and the bonus episodes in the feed. So you don't have to swap back and forth. So that's nice. I do the same thing with the Fear and Patreon. I am subscribed to them on Patreon, and I get a custom RSS feed with all of their bonus content. Speaking of stuff I want to recommend, if you work out, you should drink the Hawaiian Punch C4. It's yummy. I'm not sponsored. I just wanted to recommend the C4 flavor that I really like. I can only get it at grocery stores and gas stations, so it's hard for me to... or at gas stations, really. So it's hard for me to get a hold of, because how often am I at gas stations? Quite often, actually. How often am I at, like, sketchy gas stations? That's the real statement, because that's where they're primarily at. Or Dollar General. All right. Stay safe. Don't drive crazy in the snow if you're in an area that's going to get snow. Thanks for watching. Hopefully soon I can visit Canada with no borders. So, all right. Peace.